Hi guys, Jason here from Godlike Productions once more, and a bit of a treat today, mainly for me, but hopefully for you guys as well. And big thank you to all my Buy Me a Coffee subscribers. I've had up for quite a while a goal of getting the soft tube controllers, and you guys got me most of the way there, and I've just managed to get my tax done and got a little bit of money back from the government for that, mainly because of all my employment's been up in the air, so tax has sort of been all over the place. But anyway, yeah, I've got them, and we're going to do a bit of an unboxing today. So I'm going to take off this microphone, go and get the stuff. I might put it back on if I remember, and then we'll build it and have a look at it and see how we go. All right. Alright, here we go. Alrighty, let's see what goodies we got. So first of all, I've got the stand. It's very noisy. Hang on, I'm going to need a knife for this. I am going to still do some more setup. Ooh. It's nice packaging, instruction manual on the back. I don't know if you can. There we go, instruction manual on the back. It's all packaged in this nice foam stuff. There we go, some nice wood bits. Quite nice. I remember now there was actually some black ones that I was going to try to get, but never mind. The wood ones are a nice touch. Alright, looks like I've got some nice little screws to go along with it. There we go. A nice little cable tie. Alright, we'll come back to those. Alright, we've got the console 1 channel up first. So I might just move this one out of the way. Well, my dream console is here. Not sure we'll go quite that far, soft tube, but we'll see how we go. On the inside there's some registration details, which I will need to do shortly. There's a bit of hardware. So pull that out. So there's a couple of USB-C connectors on the back that I can see straight away. You can see it in here. There we go. Looks all very nice and fun. It's a little bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. Right, what else have we got in the box? We have got some power. Ooh. Some little screws. We have 3 cables. So we have it's quite nice. So we've got a USB A to C and 2 USB Cs, and one of those is a bit longer, so it looks like 2 1 meters and a 3 meter cable. Some extra little screws. A little power supply. So that puts USB-C, and I thought there wasn't one for my region to start with, but there it is, hiding at the end. Yep. For plugging in Australia. Right, power supply, make up a little label for that later. Now we have a bit of something that come adrift a little bit during shipment. Oh, I have some stickers. Oh, I put that from my other sticker collection. Oops, please don't stick to that. Alright, well that's not much of a manual. So, yes, read the instructions, just do what the instructions say pretty much. Alrighty. Well, it's a nice touch, but it's not particularly helpful. The liner notes. But thank you, Soft Tube. I appreciate the gesture. Alright, let's me get my phone. Let's take a photo of the take a photo of the registration code for later. Right, shall I unbox? What should I do next? I might just do a bit more unboxing and then I'll link everything else up. Right, so this one is console 1 fader. So you all might be asking, why did I get this with all the other cool stuff in my studio? And that's a good question, but I do have a good answer for that as well. So the reason I got this is when I'm mixing down on the computer, I've historically been doing it with a mouse, and what I've found is that it has not been conducive to my flow of mixing, and I think I can do it a lot quicker and easier if I had some faders and knobs in front of me while I did that. And that's really why I got this, is really for that final mix down stage, just to make things smoother and easier for me. And I had a look at a lot of different options, and this is the one that works with me, mainly because I've got a lot of the plugins that this supports already. So my favorite one is the Plugin Alliance SSL 9000 channel strip, which I use for most things, and yeah, that's my favorite. And so this one sort of made sense, and I looked at a lot of YouTube videos on this, and that's where we ended up. All right, so let's have a look-see in this one. Same sort of deal. So this one here is the faders, and I imagine it'll be the same with 2 USB ports. Hopefully we'll be able to cascade them. So yeah, same job on the back. So they're quite weighty, these, and quite nice. So yeah. Looks like some more stickers, same sort of blurb. Leave all those in there. Alright, another power supply, and I suspect 3 more cables. And another little bag of screws. Awesome sauce. Alright, well that's all very exciting. I guess I'll start putting it all together now. Just grab some screwdrivers. Alright, well, do that one first. Very narrow heads on these screws. one end. Have to have a little bit of a think about my desk layout, I think. I think these, hopefully, are going to fit under my monitors nicely. My displays, I mean. Alrighty, well, it does look, mighty sexy, that is for sure. Right, well, let's get some cables hooked up. Doesn't look like I need the other screws, so that's okay. I wonder if we need a power supply for each of them, or if we need one power supply and then link it up. Let's give that a go, see what happens. Because the manual that came in the box was not full of details. So we're going to give it a go. Before I do that, let me put some labels on these so I don't forget what they're for. So yeah, I think as I was saying, yeah, the purpose of these really is to get, what's going on here? Really is to get just a much more vibey mixing experience for me. So this is going to be set up on the desk here, just in front of this monitor. I don't quite know how I'm going to fit it all in, but I will somehow. these small ones. Hopefully we can get away with just one going back to the computer. Let's plug it in and see what happens. Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax. Not much happened. Well, we will set it up on the Mac first of all. Alright, well, let's register the products. I'm just having a look through the... Doesn't really have much about setting up the hardware here. Anyway. Well, it's syncing, it's looking for all the stuff. Alrighty. Soft tube, yay! Alright. Alrighty. Oh, that's annoying. Why is that working? It's meant to be bus powered. Well, that one just turned on. Well, it worked that way, which is a bit weird. Anyway. Doing some firmware updates. Woohoo! Yeah. They'll be very pretty. Please connect the power supply. All right, I will connect the power supply. Cool. Oh. Well, that's all very pretty. Well, it works. Right. Let's load up the track I've been working on. Alrighty. The one thing I can't work out is how you... So I've worked out how to pick them from the screen, the preset browser, but I don't know how to do it on here. Well, it is good fun. It is a bit baffling to get my head around, but that's okay. I need to learn about that. So the things I was struggling a little bit with was it seems you can only pick the consoles in these drop-down lists on the plugin itself, and they don't always come up. I thought this was scrolling through them, but it's not. So you sort of need it'd be good if these updated to whatever you had picked, if that makes sense. So I don't know if there's a way that you can lock this window here to whatever channel you select. Because it does on the console here, but it doesn't on here. I mean, there may be a setting there somewhere to do it, and I'll have to find that, and that's okay. Yeah. Unless that's it. That might do it there in that display. Oh, that would be more useful. Yeah, maybe in that. Maybe that view there might be more useful for me, except that you can't. Can you change it? You can't change it. It's annoying. It's alright. Anyway, I'll do some more experimenting and work it all out. But yeah, it's certainly, I do like this. I do like this. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to navigate my way around it, but I like where it is. I think it will fit. It will fit. We'll make it work. Yeah, it seems one PowerPoint seems, I don't know, it powers one of them. It might be worth having both of them plugged in. I don't know. But yeah, anyway, it's pretty cool. Thank you very much, subscribers. It is pretty awesome. I'm sure all my cameras have turned off now, or some of them are turned off. That one doesn't like being on all that. I have to go and find out why the settings on that camera keep changing and turning itself off. But yeah, it's a bit bigger than I thought it was going to be, but it is very nice and it's going to be very useful. But I has got some learning to do. Alright guys, thank you very much. I'm going to do a little bit more in the studio tonight. So I have got this unit here. So yeah, this unit here is just bed up and going. I'm going to swap out the Tascam DAT. I'm going to put in another audio interface in there. I'll put my UFX in here. So what this is going to be, this will be MIDI for all these synths over here, which is the Nord, the Prophecy, the K2000, the Kawai 5000, and probably the PC3. And there's 8 audio inputs over here, but that'll be taken out to 20 audio inputs here, which should feed all of this side of the studio. But I'll do another video on that. I just wanted to get this unboxing and this set up and play, and glad it all worked after a little bit of false start. I think my immediate thoughts at the moment on the plugins, let me just move these over. So the Plugin Alliance ones, not all these parameters are replicated, which is a little bit annoying. So you don't get these whole plugins within Softube, you get sections, so you can pull in the dynamics, so you pull in the compressor, It doesn't seem to have the limiter. It may be there, I just maybe haven't found it. It's got the EQ, but it doesn't have things like the glow and the sheen, so it doesn't have these sort of options that are available on the plug-in Alliance ones. So that's a little bit annoying. So it's probably not going to completely replace these plugins for some things. But even so, for those few cases where I want to use those parameters, it's still probably going to be useful to have this, at least for the faders. So yeah, I'll have to sit them down and see how they run side by side. But yeah, it would have been good if it had these options somewhere in the shift keys, for example. So it's got the notch buttons, it's got these notches, but it's missed the opportunity because there's under shift there are faders that aren't used. So the low and high, I don't know why they haven't assigned them to the sheen and glow. It's mystifying. But yeah, so yeah, it's not a complete replacement for these, but it's certainly, I mean, from my quick listen there, and I haven't got it gone through the studio monitor yet. Oh, it does sound, it does sound fairly similar. The EQs and the compressors do sound quite similar, because you can sort of see this is on the 909, so I hadn't used the limit anyway, so not having the limit's not a major problem. The compressor side of things seems to be fairly well done. You can change the hard need. I don't think the ambience was there. No, wet dry is. Auto release the knee is. And makeup gain on the compressor. So, but it has got an auto feature on the makeup, which is actually pretty nice. So yeah, a little bit different. It's probably the same sort of processing, but yeah, it's just a little bit of a different different setup there. But that's okay. I don't know if they've got this the analog modelling on there or not. But again, that's fairly minor, fairly minor detail. Yeah, so I'll have to start getting the habit of using it. I'm sure it'll be a lot easier once I've used this for new compositions and new mix downs from scratch, rather than trying to convert across mixes like I did in this case of stuff that I'd used. But yeah, I am looking forward to it. And I very much love this setting. It is nice having the faders and the EQ in front of you. It is really nice. Yeah, the rest of it's all spend time with it, getting to know it, and yeah, bring it into the workflow. But yeah, it certainly doesn't do away from all of the other EQs and compressors that the mixers themselves have got. So I'll still be using DSP-5D a lot for the stuff that comes into there. And then yeah, this really will be after the processing side. So yeah, I kind of like it. Alright guys, I'm going to sign off now. I might come back and record some other stuff about adjusting the studio and putting some new stuff up. I'm waiting on one cable to come. So I've got a word clock cable to run around the studio today, but I need a ADAT cable that is going to reach from there all the way around to there. So that's one thing I'm waiting on. Then I can start getting USB sorted out. I'm going to solder up some more audio cables, so that might be a little bit of therapy tonight, sitting outside and building some more cables. I bought another roll of Kinnear cable today to make up some new ones because I'm getting a bit low on my old one, but that's all good. All right, bye all. I'm not sure which camera I'm waving to. They're all over the place. All right, guys. See you later.